ourselves comfortable.
Quite. I got held up, you see. Terrible business with the Kensingtons.
All business with the Kensingtons is terrible.
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
Why, they're dead.
What?
Yes, the whole family.
How dreadful.
What happened during last night's riots? Rounded up the guards, overpowered them, and rounded up the Kensingtons. Marched them one by one off the manor roof.
Why ever did they do it?
What's that?
March off the roof. The Kensingtons, I mean.
Yes. One would think they'd refuse. Die with dignity.
No, you see, the rioters, and I don't know how, but they managed to get a shipment of nepentine doses. Injected the whole family. Poor bastards had no choice.
Bloody hell.
The Kensingtons were injected with nepentine. I'd have thought it wouldn't have worked on them.
How do you mean?
Well, I just assumed it only worked on their kind. I just assumed we'd have too many biological differences, superior intelligence, capacity to reason and so forth.
Capacity to reason? How stupid are you?
I beg your pardon.
Sarah, I will not sit here any longer and listen to this drivel.
You little runt! Come back here and explain yourself.
Well, you're hardly in a position to speak, are you? I bet you've not uttered one kind word tone or your long failure of a marriage.
God, I've killed for less than
And
that.
I don't doubt it. The value of a human life today.
You don't know what you're talking about. You've never even owned a business, and you've never even run a factory.
And that's all that's important, is it? Making money. Just 'cause it's all you've done with your life.
And what have you done with your life, eh? What are you? A bird fancier? I was an executioner!
She's practically a liberal.
What are you really, an executioner?
Not officially, you understand, but I dealt a swift hand of justice down on those who did wrong by me. Of course, I was an idealist. Not at all like your girl.
Still, it is an awful shame about the Kensingtons.
Proud heritage. They lived in the same manor for 5 generations.
Although I didn't much care for their decor, red walls and purple dressing.
Awful colour.
Sarah, I thought I could smell smoke. Your birds. Gone. Why? How much longer could I justify for myself the imprisonment of living, breathing creatures? For all my life I've surrounded myself with people trapped in their little cages, true to the Dillingham name. Well, I have no more patience for such things.
So you just opened the cage doors and let them all fly away?
Well, that was the idea. Suppose I should have anticipated their reaction.
What do you mean?
Only a handful of them left without needing some encouragement.
The smoke? You mean you set their cages on fire?
What would you have me do? I handed them their freedom and they did not take it.
They've never lived in the wild before. Do they know how to hunt to avoid predators?
I've given them a chance to learn.
And those that don't, you're happy for them to die?
If that's the cost of their freedom. Catherine, I love you.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Afternoon, how
Afternoon? Afternoon? Afternoon, she says.
Afternoon. What brings you here?
You know very well what brings me here. You cut me off.
You still haven't paid for your ship.
I told you I would pay as soon as the money comes through.
They've been going through for 3 years now. I have other clients to deal with, and they can pay up front.
realise what this is doing to me. All of my factories are ruined. I don't have a single worker left. They've all turned into animals, destroying factory equipment, taking all the neppin food. I don't know what to do.
Well, that's the riots for you. Of course, it's all money in my pocket.
You're insane. I know better than they are.
You want your neppin theme back? Here.
What's this?
Your request of payment. I'm sure you'll find it all accounted for.
I can't afford this.
Well, perhaps you're in the wrong business. Or did you piss away your money in pharmaceuticals?
You're not safe, you know. They don't care who you are or how much money you have. None of these monsters care about what you've done. They'll get you eventually, just like they did the Kessingtons. Just you wait and see. And the sooner we divide, that's when they've won.
I have work to do. Goodbye.
You'll regret it.
Goodbye, Mr. Hartwood.
Come on.
Sarah Dillingham, daughter of renowned industrialist Judith Dillingham, was today found guilty by a court of her peers of terrorist activity, conspiracy to commit terrorist activity, murder and attempted murder. The verdict came in response to the brutal shooting of Mr. and Mrs. Harold Hartwood, which took place on the Dillingham estate earlier this month. Mr. Hartwood, believed to be the principal target in the attack, remains in a stable but critical condition. His wife was pronounced dead at the scene. In other news, violent riots continue to sweep the nation following a severe shortage of the drug napenthenine. A breakthrough scientific study reveals that lack of the drug may be the contributing factor to the severe aggression of its users. The claim followed observations of strange behaviour among house servants, nurses and foot soldiers who were given steadily decreasing doses in order to alleviate demand on supplies. Doctors claim that these so-called withdrawal symptoms are only temporary, but others are not convinced. Government Representative Lord Salmon Manning.
Emma? Have you calmed down now? It's getting too dangerous here, and Mother wants you to pack the last of the valuables. Emma?
I've seen these books every day for 22 years. But I've never even touched them before.
What, Emma? We'll take some with us. Things are changing now, and well, we won't have the mansion for a while, so you won't have as many jobs to do. You can read as many books as you like. You think you can't? Oh, don't worry, I'll teach you. It's easy, you'll see. Please don't cry.
Thank you, miss. I want you to know, I never resented caring for you. You were both such beautiful children, well, you grew up right. I don't need anything to see that.
We'd better hurry. We don't have long.
Right you are, miss.
Catherine!
Jonathan, what are you doing here?
I had to find you. When I heard reports that the riots were
You
coming
could
this
have
way.
got yourself killed.
I don't care. I know that recently there have been some regrettable incidences between our families.
Regrettable. Jonathan, your mother is dead.
But I'm willing to put it all behind me. I want to be with you, Catherine. And now that your sister is gone,
She's in prison.
all the same, and, well, my father is in a stable condition, but even if he takes a turn for the worse, the factories will go straight to me. We'll sort out this writing lock and get married before spring. I've already been talking to a reverend about it, and he's very positive about it.
Jonathan, my sister killed your mother. She put your father in hospital. Doesn't that make you feel anything? Don't you have any emotions?
Well, of course I do, Catherine. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I love you.
Is not enough? Can't you feel angry?
What do you mean?
Hate, Jonathan. I mean hate. I hate my sister, and I hate myself for hating her. I hate these workers and these endless riots, and I hate my world falling apart. What I hate most of all is this feeling, and that I have no power to control it, and nothing's going to change except for the worse.
Catherine, please, you're overreacting.
That sounded like it came from inside. Please, miss, there isn't time.
strained. I feel the warmth of your blood running through my hands. I can see the light in your eyes and smell your sweat. Feel your breath on my face. But you still feel like nothing more than a puppet to me.
Lapdog, got it. Got it good. Got it here. Ah!
Monsters! Oh, well, well, well. Who do we have here? Hair like a corpse, piss-stained dress, face of a cat.
A cat.
An animal, 80.
Yeah.
An
No.
ugly, stinking animal. Poor kid. He's never worked in an abattoir. How's he to know? The cow is a horrible brute. I love nothing more than carving them up when I get the chance. You see, usually I work in a factory, producing chemicals. One in particular gets a lot of attention, although what it is has rather slipped my mind.
Nepenthe.
Nepenthe. Nepenthe has rather slipped my mind. But the cows. Now, as I'm sure you know, the abattoirs, or slaughterhouses, have an exceptionally high suicide rate amongst their slaves.
Workers.
I do beg your pardon! An exceptionally high suicide rate! Personally, I attribute this to the saws. They make it so easy. Beautiful things. Long, serrated blades that flash silver as they spin. Or red, depending on the time of day. We use them to get all the prime cuts. Because the ungrateful beasts thrash around something awful. We pull down the chain, stick the spinning blade in at the top, and slowly pull down. Oh, how they cry, cutting up them cows.
Please, let us go. We've never done anything to you.
You never done anything to us. Little angels. Precious little angels.
Didn't you know who we are?
No, please, I swear we don't.
Well, of course. We haven't introduced ourselves. How rude. I'm 137. That's 252.
252. 252.
Is number 80. Now, who may I ask are our generous hosts?
Jonathan.
Huh?
Jonathan.
Jonathan? We've never heard of that number before. Show us your brands, Jonathan. Your brands? Reveal your arm number, Jonathan.
No mark here.
No mark.
No mark!
Well, surely the young lady will shed some light on this mystery. What do they call you?
My name's Catherine.
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 Another strange number. Please do show us your brand, Catherine. No mark. Oh, this just won't do. I will give you, poor lost souls, some numbers of your very own. You will be 1905, and you will be 1906. Now,
You can't